Hey guys, so I talk about World of Warcraft leaks sometimes when I see them, if they're good enough. So I thought, Genshin Impact, I play it all the time. Why not talk about those? Now there's 15 points that we're going to see. One of them I know is definitely happening, which kind of gives credibility to this. Um, it's one of those things that hasn't been announced. It's been on the beta testing, and all that. But I think when this was posted, this was before it was on the beta testing, so it does give more credit. But still, their leaks. Grain of actually a whole ocean of salt. But it's still fun to speculate and to see what possibly might be awaiting us in the future of Genshin. So, Sussy 15-point leak. This leak was originally posted on or before the 20th of October. We're now in February. It's February 1st. So, for context, this is during the first half of 2.2. So it was a good while ago. Like I said, one of the points that we're going to see, I think, just got to the beta test about a month ago. So, like I said, it does give credit and kind of shows that might be happening, but we'll see. I say on or before because the original NGA posted in post is locked. I don't have the original, but that right there was posted on 20th of October. Firstly, the weekly boss is correct, with which 2.2 could be a guess considering we had ride-in fight in the Archon quests. But I know people around me were coping for the Dragonair of the Depth or Skara as the weekly at the time. So being the first known time someone mentioned it in leak, and specifically the Raiden Shogun and not A, giving it some merit. Well, that little part right there, we'll get back to that. Now remember, even if it's leaked online, like there's visuals, like video of it, I'm not going to show any of it. We're just like I said, the thing that I know for a fact is happening. You can easily look online. I'm not going to be one to show to you. If you're I'll tell you which one it is, but I'm not going to show any because I don't need that. Gives it some merit. Point 3 is weird. The person who posted it must know about the old "we will be reunited" quest. So either they completely forgot about that, unlikely in my opinion, or there's something to the point that I'm missing that maybe people more into lore can help pick up on or debunk further. The skins point is correct, but it's also after the AMA and after my own tweet, so holds less weight than the weekly boss point. Point 1 has Kuki Shinobu wearing a mask. I believe Shinobu is one of Arataki Ito's dudes. This was actually mentioned in 2.2, so the mask part is null, however. Kitsune appearance similar to Yae can be considered. So that's the kind of free. And here are the 15 points. Now, again, I know one of them is happening and one of them has already happened. So, reasons for the post. Weekly boss correct months before anyone else leaked it. Point 3 could be a misunderstanding. However, nothing else in this has been debunked as of yet. Take it with a huge grain of salt, of course. So, number 1, Kuki Shinobu has a kitsune appearance like Yae, usually brings along a mask. Trying to say apparently he's going to be like a playable character or something, whatever. Shigenoi Heizo and Kuki Shinobu is a Dendro character. Heizo he kind of looks like a male Utao from Inazuma. I mean, that's the way he's shown with people's interpretations of him. He basically looks like a male Utao. The stolen statue of the Seven that was in Mondstadt is near the Dandelion Sea. Potential spoiler. So if you remember in the quest line, the "We will be reunited," you and Dainsleif end up going to an area where there's like this inverted statue of the seven. It's like hanging upside down. It's got like this dark aura. So they're saying that that one was the Dandelion Sea, because Dorman Port is located at the northeast of the Dandelion Sea. So you have the Dandelion Sea, and then you're going to have like an island. So what they're saying is that the stolen statue of the seven was from that island. Because if that's a place we're going to be going, we're naturally going to have some kind of warp point or statue of the seven. And if that was, well, actually, no. Unless we get the statue of the seven back, then we're just probably going to have a regular warp point. But Dorman Point is located at northeast of the Dandelion Sea, and it's Mondstadt's largest port. So like I said, if that is indeed true, that the statue of the seven is from this island in the Dandelion Sea, then we probably will just have several little warp points depending on how big this island is. It says it's Mondstadt's largest port, so expect some kind of settlements around there, which, when and if it happens, more than happy to see. I love seeing port cities and towns in games. They always make them so nice. Sumeru's city location closely neighbors the chasm, which we kind of already know. Going past the chasm is immediately Sumeru City's region. The island to the west of Mount Hulao is called the Adepti's Abode, which also called the Long Wang Tai. Dragon King's stage has architecture similar to Taoist temples, which I think would be amazing looking. Like all these places you see on the map, you know there's more of leeway outside of that red boundary that, you know, you try to cross and, you know, Paimon said, oh, let's explore it later. We know there's more of leeway than what we're actually able to explore. And at some point, it's all going to be released. Sumeru is similar to Inazuma. It will still release during the summer, the corresponding version being 2.9. I would have expected to be like 3.0, but I think I did hear a rumor before that it would be like 2.9, like 2.8, 2.9. Which, and also, like, Sumeru is supposed to be like a deserty, tropic jungle part. So hopefully, if Dendro is going to be released, it'll be with Sumeru. Chapter 2, Traveler chapter will come with the release of the region above Mondstadt. Yeah, same thing with Liyue. Look at Mondstadt's map. It's clear that not all of it's been released. There's still parts that we can't get to. And in fact, some of them, when you get to the point where the screen starts flashing red, sometimes, you know, there'll be like a sweet flower or something that, you know, you're meant to go over there. People have gotten out of bounds and found enemies outside. Now that could be just a glitch or something like that, but yeah, it's clear we're meant to go further, but for some reason MiHoYo just hasn't decided to release all of it yet. It might hold some significance for the story, which is why they're probably releasing in chunks. I mean, compared to, I mean, look how small Mondstadt really is. It's really not that big of a region, and having the rest of it released would definitely make it a lot bigger. I mean, not as big as Liyue, of course, and even Inazuma. If you were to combine all the islands of Inazuma together, it's really not that big. Liyue is by far the biggest region so far. Now, that might change with Sumeru or Snezhnaya, which is now each place in Teyvat, of the continent of Teyvat, is based on real life locations. So you have Mondstadt, it's based on like Germany, Sweden. Liyue is based on China. Inazuma is based on Japan. Sumeru is, I forget what it said for Sumeru, but like Snezhnaya is based on Russia, you know, very cold, icy. So, you know, stuff like that. So it's yeah, I definitely want to see more of Mondstadt. you know, see more architecture, because I like that whole German, European style. To the northeast of the Dandelion Sea, there's a small island previous under the rule of Conria. I think that's the island we were talking about that has the dormant port. So apparently it was under the rule of Conria, but after Conria was, you know, destroyed, the inhabitants of the island probably got wiped out along with it. You know, they probably, whatever destroyed Conria probably went there and destroyed the rest of them too. Or the ancient Conrians fled from the island, and then Mondstadt, they find the island, they're like, oh hey, we're gonna make this port for ourselves. That's probably the same island that had the statue of the Seven. Other than Baiju and Yunjin, Yao Yao will lead us into the chasm. Which the chasm, if you look on the map, it says right there next to Liyue, the chasm. We still haven't been able to go there yet. Which she will be given for free after inviting her. Yao Yao is going to be a free. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible because they do events where you get characters for free. Lantern right now, you get a certain amount of token type things, and you can get a character for free. Official, you're able to get for free. So they just, you know, who else was free character? There's another free character. I can't. Aloy was a free character, but usually means for hangout and set a line of after you will get her for free, meaning it could be referring to a hangout. Sailing westward from the Wayward Point on the left side of Watatsumi Island, you will reach Sumeru's port. Barca is another character that we haven't really seen. Is a muscle man character similar to Arataki Ito, which, yeah. Now, what I'm meaning is Arataki Ito was shown as like this big, muscular character, and then we got his character model, and he goes from like muscles like this to like. So, when they say Vark is a muscle man, is he really? Is he really? Or are they going to give him the Ito treatment, where in, you know, if there's, you know, the manga or the comic, whatever you want to call it with them, where he's portrayed as a buff character, but then you get him in game and he's like, so, well, will be a raid up on Mondstadt's DLC region is released. Okay. I think Varga is from Mondstadt, so that's why. Now, this one I know is definitely true because I've seen videos, and you can look this up, and when you see it, it's going to look very similar to something else. And try to guess what it is before you look at the comments. All I'm going to say is if you're a Naruto fan, it should be quite apparent. We've already seen one thing that kind of looked like a Naruto. I mean, it's a traditional Japanese symbol, but when you first fight a, you know, it kind of, there's the cutscene, and then you see the symbol on the floor, and you know, everything, it just like snaps to it, like almost like a Sharingan being activated. And then you see this other technique that she's going to have that is very similar to another Uchiha ability. It's also purple. So if you haven't guessed what it is, the second weekly boss is the Shogun Puppet. We need to help defeat her. Weekly boss spoiler. Like I said, this one is actually true. You can go online right now, look it up, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty tough fight. There's going to be like a move that she uses that you really can't avoid unless you like time it perfectly, and shields don't help. Like even Zhongli's shield, if you have it up, it's still gonna hurt you. It either breaks the shield or just completely ignores it. So, but yeah, look it up. It looks like a pretty interesting fight, and like I said, if you're a Naruto fan, you're gonna say this all seems very familiar. I'm starting to think that A might be an Uchiha or something. um, Mondstadt region is currently 60% released. Liyue region is currently 70% released. Which obviously, like I said, you can just look at the map and see parts of Liyue and Mondstadt are covered in that red, don't go there color. And then when you try to go out, it's like, we can come back and explore later. Yeah, how much later, Paimon? What, when it's released? Oh, I don't think so. And then finally, if this was in October or before, Lantern Rite Festival has Ningguang's free skin and Kaching's paid skin, which has happened. So, 2 of these so far have actually happened. Most of the stuff is all future stuff. So that's why I'm saying still grain of salt, but it's more believable since this was, like I said, 13 was before, way before it was even put on the beta, the closed beta. So I think I saw, like I said, I think I saw it last month, which was January, which means this leak was out still for about 3 months before it was put on, and started being tested. So it gives more credibility to it. But still, ocean of salt, a whole dandelion sea of salt. But yeah, this one's happening, and the Lantern Rite one has already happened. In fact, I just got one, got it yesterday. It's not that hard. You just basically participate in the festivities, and you will get the free skin. And Kaching's is paid for, but it's just like jeans. It's not going to go away once they put it up on the store. You can buy it any time, so you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, the Dandelion Sea with the island. Actually, hang on, let me bring it up. So this right here is an unofficial map that someone created. Looks absolutely gorgeous. Right up here. Where are we? Here's Inazuma. There we go. Dandelion Sea. So here's the Dandelion Sea. There's Dorman's port right over there, but I think it'll probably be a little bit bigger than that. So as you can see, it's big enough to possibly have maybe 3 wayward points. Maybe right here in the middle, that's where the Statue of 7 was. It looks like an important area. Or maybe right up here on this coastline somewhere by Dorman Port. But so I'm guessing it was either right here, like in the water, like we've seen like a little island in the water, like we see in Mondstadt and all that, or it was over by the port. But we got Bright Crown, Starfell, Dragon Spine, Mondstadt right there. They have Fontaine, which is the hydro area, which I've said before, if we don't get underwater exploring for Fontaine, which is hydro, so there's going to be a lot of water. If we don't get underwater exploring, I'm going to be pissed. Snezhnaya, like I said, based on Russia, so it's going to be very large. But then we've got the waste. We've got the Sand Village, which gives more credibility to the whole, A might actually be Uchiha, because we've got the Sand Village over here. So Gaara is there. Godfall. I mean, it's a really nice map. Mayor Javari. That name will sound familiar to the quest when we were helping Stanley. Natlan. Ramaru Desert. So you can see Sumeru. We've got Liyue right there. And Sumeru, kind of part. No. The chasm right there. I mean, I don't expect the chasm to be large, but we've got apparently probably one of the capitals right there. And Sumeru is pretty big. Like I said, it's supposed to be like a deserty jungle. So if this is the entirety of Sumeru, so you've got the jungle part up there, you got the desert down there, like little oasis style areas. Natlan, which is very volcanic, as you can see. Kind of reminds me of Mordor. I wouldn't be surprised if that's kind of what the vibe they go with, is like a very Mordor-esque, flaming balls of fire raining down randomly. And we would, if we have a major volcano there, then it'd be possible. But I mean, there's little smaller volcanoes. Yeah, Mayor Javari is a place where, there's no wind, apparently. So, we got Natlan Hulakan, which is, I guess, the capital for them. Snezhnaya, Godfell, Dragon Shadow City. So yeah, we've got, it actually looks pretty cool. Be the palace. So I don't know if these are just land or there's gonna be like little buildings or something, but yeah, the Saritsa. Huh. Be like another little port town or something. But yeah, that Dandelion Sea, this is apparently what they're talking about. And then there's Cannibal Island all the way up here. Which could be a cool little island. I do like the landscaping of it. It's small, but a large open area, it seems. Then you've got the mountains with some icy. And then down here, the Zuma, of course. You got Surumi Island, Sarai Island, Watatsumi Island. But then you have a bunch of smaller islands. Actually, I think with this map, yeah, the Golden Apple Archipelago. I missed that already. I really do. The Golden Apple Archipelago was really fun. Then you have a bunch of the smaller islands. And we definitely need to be able to travel to more islands. We have this massive sea. But this is just one continent. As you can see, there's speculated more. It's kind of like World of Warcraft, where you have one continent which is weird because when World of Warcraft released, it had 2 continents to explore. Here we just have Tibet. So this is how they're able to go for however long. I mean, I don't know how many years it's going to take just to release all of this. So we have Mondstadt, we have Liyue, we have Inazuma. Soon we're going to get Sumeru. And then after that, I think they said Natlan, or maybe is it Fontaine? I know Snezhnaya is the last one to be released. And then I think we're gonna do Conria stuff, which isn't here. But then we're possibly gonna explore other continents, which will be really fun. I mean, MiHoYo is already planned out for like 10 years, so you can expect 10 years of content from Genshin Impact, which I'm looking forward to if I'm alive for 10 more years. But yeah, if this turns out to be like an accurate map, I mean, it makes sense. It's a continent. It's not super big. It's not super small. And yet, you know, even with the islands, you know, they were once part of it, I guess, so that's why they consider it part of Tibet. But yeah, so like I said, when it comes to these, like this stuff right here, you know, I saw this, and this was before this was even made. So I guess this person is trying to kind of interpret some of the things they saw here, because we have Dormant Port, and then obviously we have, it said Dormant Port. So maybe this person saw this, but yeah, like I said, the boss, you can look it up right now. It's happening. The Lantern Rite Festival has happened, and you're able to get the skins like it says. So at least 2 of these 15 are in fact true. So it's interesting, and it's just like World of Warcraft. Sometimes people come out with leaks and they're 100% true, and some people are just fucking around. But considering, as I said, 2 of these have already happened. So, but yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy some of this. Of this stuff, like, what do you hope some of this stuff actually looks like? What do you hope to do? With Fontaine, when that's released, do you want underwater exploration? We have all this water in Genshin Impact, and we can explore it. I would love to see them, as I've said before in numerous videos, underwater areas. You can go in and find more treasure chests and all that great stuff. Underwater puzzles. I mean, you're going to Fontaine, which has the Hydro Archon. If there's nothing to do with underwater exploring, I'm going to be pissed, because that'd be the perfect time to build it up, because we don't know when Fontaine's going to be released, and maybe MiHoYo doesn't. Wow, it just got really bright. That was a huge light beam going there. Maybe they don't feel confident enough with underwater exploration right now, so they're gonna wait, like, oh yeah, Fontaine would be the perfect time to release it. But yeah, what do you hope to see in the future? I can't wait to get to Conria. We know that's Kaya, Dainsleif. So to see their home would be really, really cool, especially it was destroyed by the gods. You know, learn more about what happened. So, anyways, let me know what you guys think. That's all. I'm done here. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.